Imagine a great hero named Theseus. He has a magnificent wooden ship, famous for sailing across stormy seas and winning incredible battles. This ship is a legend. After many years of adventure, the ship is brought back to the city's harbor to be put on display for everyone to admire. It becomes a monument, a piece of living history. But you know, time is not always kind, not even to the strongest of ships. The salty air and the relentless sun begin to take their toll on the old wood. One by one, the wooden planks start to rot and decay, needing to be replaced to keep the ship looking proud and strong for future generations. So, the caretakers get to work. They find a rotting plank in the ship's hull and carefully remove it. They replace it with a brand new, identical plank of wood. The ship looks just as it did before, maybe even a little better. A few weeks later, another plank starts to splinter and they replace that one too. This process continues over the years. A mast cracks and is replaced. A sail tears and is woven anew. Slowly, methodically, every single piece of the original ship, every plank, every nail, every rope, every sail, is eventually swapped out for a new one. After 50 years, not a single original piece remains. Now here is the puzzle that has fascinated thinkers for thousands of years. Look at the ship floating in the harbor. Is this still the ship of Theseus? It certainly looks the same. It occupies the same space and serves the same purpose as a monument to the great hero. But if every single part of it has been replaced, can we truly call it the same object? It shares no physical matter with the original vessel that Theseus sailed. This question challenges our very idea of what it means for something to remain the same thing over time, even as it undergoes significant change. Let's add another twist to this intriguing problem. What if the caretakers didn't throw away the old rotten planks they removed? Imagine they collected every single original piece and stored them carefully in a warehouse. Then, a clever carpenter decides to reassemble them. Piece by piece, they put all the old original parts back together. Now you have two ships. One is floating in the harbor, made of all new parts. The other is standing in the warehouse, made of all the original decayed parts. Which one is the real ship of Theseus? The one that looks pristine or the one with the original matter? This puzzle isn't just about old wooden ships collecting dust in a museum. It's a story that is happening to you right now, at this very moment. Think about your own body. It feels like the same body you had last year, or even 5 years ago. You look in the mirror and recognize the person staring back. But scientifically, you are in a constant state of replacement, just like the famous ship. Your body is made of trillions of tiny building blocks called cells. These cells don't last forever. They grow old, wear out, and are continuously replaced with new ones. It's a fascinating, almost invisible process. The skin cells you have today are not the same ones you had a month ago. Your skeleton, which feels so solid and permanent, is completely regenerated over the course of about 10 years. Even the components inside your brain are in a state of flux. Every few years you are, in a very real sense, made of entirely new stuff. You are a walking, talking, thinking ship of Theseus. You maintain your shape, your form, and your function, but the physical material that makes you up is constantly being swapped out for fresh components. So if your body is completely different from the one you had as a small child, are you still the same person? You certainly feel like you are. You answer to the same name. You have memories of being that child, of scraped knees and favorite toys. Yet the physical connection is gone. Not a single atom from that child's body might remain in your body today. This raises a profound question about who we are. If we are not simply our physical bodies, because they change, then what makes you, you? What is the constant thread that connects the person you were yesterday to the person you are today? This line of thinking forces us to look beyond just our physical parts. Perhaps our identity isn't tied to the specific atoms and molecules that make us up at any given moment. Maybe being you is more like a pattern, a continuous story that unfolds over time, like a river that is always flowing with new water but is still called the same river. Perhaps you are a process rather than a static object. The puzzle of the ship forces us to confront the reality that we are beings of constant change, and our identity must be able to withstand this fundamental truth about our existence. If we are not just our physical bodies, then what else could we be? Many people would point to their minds. Specifically, they might say that what makes them the same person over time is the continuity of their memories and their personality. You remember your first day of school? You remember laughing with your friends last week? You have a unique set of beliefs, hopes, fears, and quirks that make up your personality. These mental characteristics feel much more central to your identity than your skin cells or your bone structure. They form the story of your life, a continuous narrative that you carry with you. Let's try another thought experiment. Imagine a brilliant scientist could copy every single one of your memories, thoughts, and personality traits and transfer them into a completely different body, perhaps a robot or a cloned version of yourself. Would that new being be you? It would think it's you. It would have all of your memories, from your earliest childhood moments to what you had for breakfast this morning. It would react to situations just as you would. From its perspective, it has always been you. But you are still here, in your original body, watching this double walk away. This creates a strange and unsettling paradox for identity. Now consider the opposite scenario. Imagine you woke up tomorrow with complete amnesia. All of your memories have been wiped clean. You don't remember your name, your family, your friends, or anything about your past. Your body is the same, but your mind is a blank slate. Are you still the same person? Your friends and family would certainly recognize your physical appearance, but the person they knew, the one defined by a shared history and a familiar personality, seems to be gone. This suggests that without our memories, our sense of self becomes fragile and might even disappear entirely, even if our body remains unchanged. These thought experiments reveal that our identity is a complex mix of both physical and mental continuity. It's not just about the body, and it's not just about the mind. It seems to be about the intricate connection between them. The idea of a you that persists through time is not as simple as it first appears. It's like a flame on a candle. The wax and the wick are constantly being consumed and changed, yet we see it as the same continuous flame. Perhaps our consciousness, our sense of self, is like that flame, a dynamic pattern that persists even as its underlying components change. So, what is the final answer to the ship of Theseus puzzle? What truly makes you, you? Is it your body, your memories, your consciousness, or something else entirely, like a soul? The truth is, there is no single easy answer that everyone agrees on. Philosophers have been debating this question for centuries, and they continue to do so today. The puzzle is not designed to be solved like a math problem. It is designed to make you think. It's a tool for exploring the deep and mysterious nature of identity and what it means to exist over time. The beauty of this puzzle is that it encourages you to become a philosopher yourself. You get to examine your own beliefs and intuitions. Do you believe you are your body? Then how do you account for its constant change? Do you believe you are your memories? Then what happens if you forget something, or if someone else has the exact same memories? By wrestling with these questions, you are engaging in one of the oldest and most important human activities, the quest for self-knowledge. You are asking, who am I? And that is a question worth exploring for a lifetime. Don't be afraid if the questions seem bigger than the answers. The goal is not to feel confused, but to feel curious. Look at the world around you. You can see the ship of Theseus everywhere, an old house that has been renovated, a favorite band that has changed members, or even a city that has been rebuilt over centuries. All of these examples challenge our ideas about identity. They remind us that change is a fundamental part of the universe, and understanding how identity persists through change is a key part of understanding the world. So, the next time you look in the mirror, take a moment to think. The person staring back at you is a living, breathing puzzle. You are a collection of ever-changing parts, a stream of continuous memories, and a unique consciousness experiencing the world. Are you the same person you were yesterday? Will you be the same person tomorrow? The ship of Theseus doesn't give you the answer. Instead, it gives you a far more valuable gift, the question itself. And that is an invitation to a lifelong adventure of discovery.